Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris Man. As always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. Today I got another special video of selling some of my gear. And what I'm selling today is the Streetboxx SB 246. Let me turn it on so you guys make sure that let you guys know it works. Now, what's interesting about this drum machine, it's the last of the real drum machines, because anything like 10 years back, or should I say, yeah, within the last 10 years, the drum machines they make now is absolute garbage. And I'm going to tell you why they're garbage. And this one guy put it well. He said, the drum machines that they design now are not designed for musicians. And he's absolutely right, because with the old school drum machines, and this is considered one of the old school drum machines, you can write a whole entire drum program. I don't mean just take one pattern, 8 bars, and you call it the song. That's it. Just let this ride out for 5 minutes. You know, the old drum machines, you can build patterns, because that's what you do when you write songs. You build. You know, you just don't just say, for instance, you got a song, it's just one verse. That's the whole song. No, it ain't. What happened to the other verses and the chorus and the modulation, you know, and the dabblers don't know nothing about song structure. So unfortunately nowadays, these music companies are making it easy. And easy is a good thing when it's still teaching you what you need to know. Easy is not a good thing when they're hindering you and not allowing you to grow, you know. And that's what the drum machines are today. They just one pattern. How about putting together a chain of patterns? What's that? You know, so it's unfortunate that the stuff out there now within the last 10 years is garbage. Trust me. I'm a professional musician, songwriter, producer, and engineer. And being a producer, I work with many acts and many types of gear. You know, I'm a drum machine freak, a rhythm freak. I've had hundreds of them. And I would still be banning them to this day. The new ones that come out, if they weren't garbage, but they're garbage. And one day I'm going to do a video and really expand on why they're garbage, or the reason why they're garbage. And not a good thing to mess with them. But this one here's like the last of the great drum machines. When I first heard this drum machine, I couldn't believe the sounds coming out of this low box. You know, the sounds are punchy, in your face. They got you know, effects in here, reverb and some other stuff to give it that ambient studio sound, instead of just some dry ass drums on your track. Now there's some, you know, productions that, yeah, that's what you want, just some dry drums, you know, like jazz. You know, they're not putting gated kicks on jazz songs and snares or reverb on jazz songs, you know, none of that, you know. So that's understandable. But this little thing it just blew me away. When I first heard it, I was like, man. You know, I call it the mini. If I get this big ass thing up here, the mini Akai MP60. You know, honestly, this drum machine rivals that. You know, and I told you guys, when I like something to really like it, I buy it in pairs. I actually got 3 of these. I got another one in the back room. I just brought this one out for illustration purposes. So that tells you right there how much I love this drum machine. And I'll try to put some stats down here, and you guys can easily, if I don't, now I'll try to put a link down here to let you guys hear the demo. But you know, you go on YouTube and just type in the Streetboxx SB 246, and you get a ton of videos. And they'll walk you through the sounds of this thing. This thing is amazing to me. Like I said, I've had hundreds of drum machines. As a matter of fact, I got one right here on the floor. And I got testing. Sorry about that. So it's extremely hard to find these now. You know, and if you don't believe me, go on eBay. If you find one, you're lucky. And most of them, if you find one, it's going to be in Japan. So that means you got to spend about $80, $90 for shipping. Then it might take a month to show up. And if there's something wrong with it, you're going to have to foot the bill to send it back to Japan to get your money back, so you don't want to go that route. I can't say enough about this drum machine. Like I said, when I first heard it, I was, oh my goodness, really? Them drums kicking hard. And the guys that designed, because I think this was their first outing, they also designed the Kai X. Oh, I forgot the name of the other one. Because they did one for Kai. I forgot the name of it. But actually, I had that one too. And unfortunately, that was one of the newer drum machines. And that thing I had so much problems with. I've had two of those things because I love the sounds in there, like the sounds in here. But the problem with the other one, the newer one, is they got bass in here. I'm like, I don't need bass. True musicians just want rhythm. We don't need a fucking bass line up in here, no guitar stuff, no orchestra hits. Just give me drums. That's all I need. And one of the biggest problems I had with the other one was when I'm midiing up my setup, the bass sounds in there would be triggered on my keyboard. And it'd take me 20, 30 minutes to figure out how to shut that shit down off. And then when I shut that machine off, and go to the next session the next day, this shit pop back up. It became such a problem. I said, you know what, I'm just going to sell this one because I spend too much time teching in and setting up than creating. By the time I get my setup right, it's like 45 minutes. I'm tired now. I don't want to do anything, So I had to really, because I said the first one I got, I was like, whoa. Then I had that problem. Then I said, maybe I was just not really trying to work at it. And I bought another one, same issues and a bunch of other issues, So I said, you know what, screw this one. But these are extremely hard to find now. Like I said, if you find them now, they're coming out of Japan. If you're lucky to even find one coming out of Japan, because everybody's holding on to these. That's why I bought 3. At one point I had 4, but I was like, I don't really need that many. I gave one up to my daughter. But if it wasn't for me giving her that, I still have 4, because like I said, when I'm impressed with something, I buy multiples, because when they stop making them and people realize how good they are, it's going to be hard to get one. So I'm like, I'm 3 deep or 4 deep, if one break or whatever, there's no reason for it to break. But in the event that something happens to it, I got 3 more in the back, 3 more deep, but this thing got hundreds of sounds and it has hundreds of patterns. And I'll stick it up to the camera so you can get a better look at it. And one of the coolest things about this, and this is probably one of the first drum machines that was like this. This runs on battery also. It is, I think it's 2 AA. And the battery juice holds for a very long time. And also it has the adapter or the plug-in, but I don't have that. Any DC 9 volt that you can get from like Radio Shack or whatever, something like that, it'll work on there. And it has, let me show you the back. Because another thing that I love about this drum machine, like I told you, when you plug it in, turn it on, it gives you a lot of volume. Because usually when I do this, I'm like at 12 o'clock, because I'm like, if I turn up too loud, it's really loud. Because I had bought before I bought the Kai MP here, the XL 2000, I bought a newer version. I think it was the 500. That thing was weak as hell. The volume was real low. The drums didn't have any presence at all. You turn this thing on, turn it up, boom. Your tracks are booming. So $199 for this. If you're lucky to find one, it might be even more, but that's a good price. I really don't want to sell any of the drum machines. I really don't. But like I told you, I'm concentrating on piano these days, and some of the stuff that I got, I won't be using as much. And like with this one, I got 2 more, so I can part with this one, and I don't have the adapter for that. But like I said, it runs on batteries. And if not, you can go on eBay and get one of the adapters for like $10. So that's not a big deal. But again, $199 plus $25 shipping and handling. So if you're interested, leave me a comment. Say, Morris, man, I want to grab it because I trust your judgment, man. You know, you're a professional producer, and you don't deal with garbage and junk and stuff, especially stuff that's hard to work now. Because a lot of the music gear now, that's why, and I've been always watching the prices. And these were modestly priced before the pandemic. And when the pandemic hit, all that gear shit went up. I mean, it went up. I'm thinking it'd be just the opposite. I'm like, a lot of people lost their jobs. You know, they need money. They got gear. And that's what we do when we fall on hard times. We steal our gear. But that's not the case for me. I'm not on hard times. I'm just partying with stuff that I just don't use. But I thought it would have went just the opposite. That now you can get it cheaper because there's some people that need some upfront cash. But unfortunately, it went just the opposite. It doubled. You know, it tripled. Because I'm going to say this and sign off. I have two of these. It's the, what is that? The Proteus, EMU Proteus 2000. That's probably the best R&B, or best sound module for R&B that was ever made. And I would look at eBay before the pandemic hit last year. They were literally giving them away $100, $150 at the most, or $175. And I was really tempted to buy another one. Like, I don't need another one. I got two. I gave my daughter my third one, so I really just don't need it. So it don't make sense, but you hate to pass up a deal. But I'm like, but this deal doesn't benefit me. You know, they were literally giving them away. You know, that module was like one of the best kept secrets out there. And now you go on the Reverb, $500, $600, $700, $800. You go on the eBay, $400, $500, $600. You know, you might find one that says for $250, but it has no ROM in it. And you ask yourself, what's wrong? It's the sound. So what the fuck do I need to have an empty ass sound module? No sounds. What the fuck I'm gonna do with that? Why would I sell somebody this? You can buy this, but ain't no sounds in it. Well, it's useless. So either fix it or throw it in the garbage. I don't get that. I mean, I just don't get that. But I'm not gonna get on that. I did a whole video on that. But again, $199, which is a hell of a deal because it's hard to find these. If you find one, $25 shipping and handling. Like I said, the fact that I got three is a testament to how much I like this unit and how useful it is. And it's easy to program too. There's a lot of stuff in this drum machine. It's not just a quote-unquote drum machine. It's a lot of other stuff going on. Because I think, yeah, this one has bass too, and it has some other stuff. But I never needed to use that stuff because I'm like, I could put my own either synth bass in or electric. So again, if you're interested, leave me a comment down there. Say, Morris, man, I want to grab it. Once I get your comment.